Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about a bunch of different altcoins today. I'm going to go over the list right now. We're going over Render for Vector ZRO, Seam for CryoC, 0x0 AI for Joe Mansis, ICP for Jonas the Brother, BAT, BAT for Socket Tauti, Zcash for iCapital8, XMR for Smooth Operator, Compound and Waves for Mr. Party Boy, WTK and PLI for a bead mauve, WLD for Darpitsa, and Quant for Dell. We're going to finish it up with Quant for Dell. So hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get going. I'm going to pause the music here so we can focus our minds. I don't know how many altcoins that is, but we're doing it here, man. I'll probably leave it in the title so you'll know. I just don't know now, but I will know by the time I put it in the title. Anyways, high to low. Look at you. You showed respect all the way up, man. Where was this? What is that there? What'd you top at? Oh, wow, yeah. Yep. Holding that 26182. Looking good, Render. Looking really good, actually. I like your daily RSI, too, man. And the weekly, of course. Yeah, looking good, bro. Volume's looking decent, too. You found you're handling this whole situation better than most cryptos are right now. Good job. Good job. I'm tempted, Render, to say you're looking like you want to find new highs right now. Tempted. I'm not convinced, but I am tempted. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I don't know. Let's see how this week closes. It's a bit preemptive to say. We have 2 days and 20 hours left. A lot can happen. You are up 14.8%, but over 3 days you could drop 7% and kill the possibilities. But if you close here or higher, man, you are looking like you want new all-time highs. Rather meet like potentially by the end of this month or sometime in June. 1680 to 2190. Render, you're looking really good. Looking really, really good, actually. Everything about you looks great. I want to say you're going to keep going higher. So I'm going to. Let's look for prices above $12.49. If you can close above there tomorrow, today, whatever, we're going up to 1680, 2191, something like that. Render, looking good. Probably the winner of the stream already. Not a stream, but you know what I meant to say, video. Seamless, also kind of looking good. You're in this like weird, it's almost like a channel. It's not the most well-respected channel, but you know, horribly drawn lines, but you can kind of see what I'm going for, right? You're at the bottom of it, so you're probably going to move up. I mean, if you move down, whatever, then you will probably move up to the, the upper end of it. Daily RSI looks fine. Weekly RSI, it's too new to really care. 4 hour looks good as well. I want to say you're moving up in this one as well. So high to low here. Yeah, I think you are. I think, oh yeah. Let's see how you do with $6.50. If you can break above there, you might be looking at $10 or more. At least $7.30, $7.80, somewhere in there. You're at $5.91 now. But if you can't break above $6.51, the golden ratio, if you can't break above that on your next attempt, that might be a bit of concern. Let's wait and see how you do. And that's, I don't know, man. You look really good. I think you will break above 650, but time will tell. I think you're moving up either way from here. That's Seam 0x0 AI. We'll just use crypto. Okay. Yeah, okay. I like it. Man, we got some winners. We got some winners. this one actually might be the winner, percentage-wise at least. Let's be fair. Let's just see real quick. Minimum. We'll go by the minimums. 77%. %69%. Close but no cigar, and I don't think Render has either of those ones built or beat. Yeah. All right. 0x0 looking interesting, at least at first. Let's dive into it a little bit more though. You bounced off the green line, the 123. You look nice and productive in your RSI. Rejected the oversold zone. No problem being overbought. You don't look like when you were below the 50 you weren't doing anything productive. You look strong to the upside. Rejected your 618 on the first attempt, but found support at the 0.5382 area. Retesting, going back up there. Now, if you can close above 39 cents either today or tomorrow, which would really be necessary that you close above 39 cents either today or tomorrow, then you're on, man. You're probably on all the way up to 66 cents or higher. You look good, and I would think higher, honestly. You look good. All three of these look good. Good job. Joe Mancis, you're in the running for first place in tonight's altcoin showdown. Used to call them shitcoin showdowns, but I try to watch my language more. ICP, this one, Jonas the brother was asking because I don't ever project the all-time highs, right? I mean, I do project highs for this cycle for ICP, but I never project the all-time highs because I don't think it's going to see new all-time highs. But I believe his request was that under the assumption that we do see new all-time highs, where could it go? So I'm going to use this chart, I think. Let me just see. 348. Whoa. Okay, so maybe not Binance. Kraken. Nope. Coinbase. 630. I don't know where to take the high, so we're going to take this high. With a $5.7 billion, we'll round down, $5.7 billion market cap. By the way, you have an infinite supply. Okay. 5.7 billion. Realistically, I want to be very honest here. I don't see this thing seeing new all-time highs. I don't see it going above $80, man. $100, definitely not. But hey, if I'm wrong, I mean, from this chart, from potentially what would be new all-time highs, I don't know how I would factor it in. Like, do I take that? I don't know. 5.7 billion. I suppose that would be your new all-time high, right? All the way at the 1618, 220 potentially. But is that a new all-time high, or is that price that you've had read before? So maybe not, you know. It's really hard to say. Being that this is taken from a lower price and not the all-time high price, I am going to give deeper extensions credibility. So let's look at the 1618 as a minimum. 59x. Okay, 59x. It's a little bit more than that, but a 59x times 5.7 billion. I do not care to do that math right now. Normally I like a challenge, but not today. 5.7 times 59, right? Be a $336 billion market cap on a chart that looks like this. I don't think so. But to be fair, if you were to see new all-time highs, that would be the minimum target, which from the current price is about a 59x. And it doesn't have to stop there. That technically would be the minimum target, of which, you know, maybe you go to your 1886 at $1,800, or even all the way up to $7,000 about. But that would be ridiculous. You'd have an over like $5 trillion market cap. So let's take that off the table at least, okay? That would be your expected target if we're looking for deep extensions. That'd be like your 1618 in reference to the normal expected ranges that I give, if that makes sense. That'd be like your height. But let's take that off the table because I already think this is absurd, but that's just absurd. ICP, I doubt, bro, that you're going up here. But 722, maybe. My best guess would be that you probably reject the $40 to $70 area, but who knows over time. I don't think ICP is going to do well this cycle, but I could be wrong, man. Maybe I'm just a hater. ICP, that's that. I hope that answered your question, Jonas. BAT. And don't let me just because I talk smack about I really don't even hate ICP, man. I don't think it has a lot of potential personally. I can be wrong. I said the same thing about Ethereum last cycle versus Bitcoin, and it crushed Bitcoin. So I can be wrong, man. I can definitely be wrong. I said the same thing about Mana last cycle, you know. Lower lows, higher lows, lower lows in RSI, higher lows in price. Love to see it. I think you want to move higher. I think you found your low. You want to move higher. Get above 27 cents to prove me right. But you look like you want to move up from here. Test 27 cents, break above it, do that. You're at about 24.9 cents now. Get above 27 cents. BAT, you were asking me long term. I need a chart that's existed as long as BAT has existed. I might have to go check on my daughter here in a second. Yeah, I'm going to have to. I'll be right back.
Do you really want to make your holiday special? Tanzania has got so much to offer. From the famous Serengeti National Park,
All right, everybody, I'm back. Okay, let's see. Get this here. Yeah. Bam. Long term, I don't know, man. Basic attention. 370, let's just say 370 million. A 100x at that rate would be 37 billion, right? Which it's capable of doing. So yeah, I don't know. BAT has potential, man. It really does. I mean, it could go all the way up to $50 by the end of this cycle. It could. It might only go to 72 cents. It's just too hard to say. Because for most of its existence, that's what it's been. It's been a big old just kind of sideways mover, a non-factor. Last cycle, a little bit of life. This cycle, will we see more? I don't know. We've maintained a higher low kind of posturing. I don't know enough. I don't know enough about this coin to confidently call for the expected extension range, let alone prices up here. But I do accept them as completely possible, viable. And if BAT were to catch traction this cycle, prices here to here, even higher, are completely achievable for a coin like this. It's hard to say. Makes me want to buy some on the note of potential. Looking at it, though, that does not make me want to buy some. Time will tell. As far as your question goes, Sakadaldi or Saseate, I don't know how to pronounce your name, man. As far as your question goes, I feel like I'd be the most safe in assuming that long term you're going to be between this price here and this price here. That's 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the road. That's my best expected guess. But at the same time, who knows, man? You could really, by the end of the cycle, maybe it'd be sooner than that. You know, I don't know. Hard to say. You have the potential, but you're not really showing the signs, I would say, right now. But that's okay. You showed up late last cycle. You could show up late this cycle too. It's hard to say. I'm going to stop saying that because I genuinely don't know. It's a good question, man, but I like BAT. I just doubt its capabilities. I don't doubt its capabilities. I doubt whether or not it will gain traction. I'm not hopeful. I used to be hopeful, but you stop having hope eventually whenever your hopes get like never realized. Nice rounding out right down here. I like this. It's a nice look. I didn't draw the line properly, but it's if I had a smoother mouse, I'd be able to do it. Yeah, you're probably moving up. Probably. You've found your low. You're probably moving higher. When you close above, that's not what I wanted to do. When you close above $24 on a weekly basis, when you close above there, you're looking for $28, $33 and higher. So time will tell, but I do think you want to move higher from here. That's Zcash. XMR for Smooth Operator. Smooth Operator has a odd request here. He wants me, this is one of his preferred coins, and he wants me to call for the new lows, even though I've been calling for highs. See, this is like the reverse of ICP. Jonas the brother, I haven't called for new all-time highs, but you wanted me to call for them. Smooth Operator, I haven't called for new lows, but you want me to call for them. So that's interesting requests on both sides of the coin, guys. Different coins, but both sides of the ideas there. From low to high here, I suppose if XMR were to go down, we've got our 1272 right there, 1414 right there, and the 1618 right there. If we take the fib away, doesn't really coincide with anything. Let's look at it on the weekly. Yeah, your 1272's got a nice closing support there on the weekly. kind of a support zone here and there. Okay, 1414 tipping there, somewhat significant. Yeah, 1618 looks the least respected out of all of them. Perhaps you do. Relative low on this move down to the relative high, which we thought would take us higher, and it just didn't, did it? Hoping this one does now. Which that's not a bad bounce there, honestly. But yeah, 1618 right in the middle of the 1414 and the 1272 of the overall. Monthly. Low to high. Low to high. Okay. Well, to be fair, with the way this looks, my immediate assumption would be the 618 to the 69 area. Potentially the 0.5, but I would doubt it, actually. So 66 to 56, 67 to 57, something like that, which makes sense as well, right? 67 to 57, 67 being at like the bottom there. 57 is a little bit lower. I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. That's if we go lower. Those are the areas to watch for, okay? However, if not, and I know I just said 67.57, not 67.57, really between $65 and $81 is the prices to look for. Potentially around 88, but I don't have hopes for that. 65 to 81 is the area to look for. But I personally don't think that it's going to go lower. I think we're seeing it this month, but time will tell. I do believe you're about to break this downtrend that you're in right here. I think you are coming out of this with a like kind of double bottom here, or like a higher low, double bottom overall, whatever. You're in your accumulation range, you're at the bottom of it, and you're looking like you want to move up to the top. That's my genuine assumption. But time will tell. Time will tell. Your weekly RSI doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look great. It definitely doesn't look great, but it doesn't look. You're resilient. You don't like being oversold at all. So that's something to be said there. But XMR, that's the best I got. Let's talk about compound now and waves. Compound should be easy. Yep, it's done nothing. So it will continue to do nothing until it decides to do something. And when it decides to do something, we'll know, because we'll see a nice move up to probably about 250, 326% from where we're at now, maybe even up to about 330, somewhere around there, around 452% from where we're at. We could go all the way up to this weekly high close here, where we've had resistance all along the way over here, and that'd be around 525. Maybe we go higher than that, who knows. I'm getting all these numbers not just from the top of my head, but if we look at this relative high here to the relative low there, you've got from this current price around 235. I said 250, but around 235. That's your 300% move there. $305. That's your 6.9. The 786 is up at 430. The 886 is at 610. But right in between both of those numbers is where that weekly high close is over there as well. So inevitably, compound, you're going to be boring until you're not. That's just the best way that I've got to say it. I think you have found your low. I'm very confident that's your low. The way that it looks right now is you are consolidating. You have like this, man, why is this mouse so uncooperative? You've got this flat top here with ascending lows, so that looks good. You probably do move higher. You might come into turbulence with this like lower high kind of scheme here, but inevitably I would assume you're going to work your way back up to $100 and beyond. Does that happen by the end of this month like this? Probably not. It could, but probably not. That's the trajectory we would need for it to happen by the end of this month, right? Because this is the last day of the month right over here, right? We would need to get up here in a very short amount of time. Next month, do we break this line? Maybe. There's serious potential to close above this line sometime next month, but time will tell. Until then, we're just moving sideways, and who knows? It's also very possible that by next month, we could be doing this, you know, like it's boring until it's not boring. That's the best I got for compound. Waves. Waves is one of those sleepers, man. Watch out for waves. It might perform better than people are giving it credit for this cycle. don't know which chart to use. We'll just use USDT. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. I think you found your low. I think you have, yes. So you're working your way higher. You'll probably, like most cryptos, not just bust out of here, you know, but work your way out. So your next move is going to be up to about 287. And then who knows, maybe you come back down to around where you are now, just a little bit higher, down at about 250. And then you'll move up to 354 or 380, somewhere in there. And then you'll move back down either to $3.19 or $2.85, somewhere in this zone. And then you'll move up and out over here, and then who knows, maybe you'll consolidate in this area, and then you'll move up higher. I don't know how it's going to look, but at that rate, you know, it could be sometime in July or even August before you break your highs, and that looks like a pretty solid move up. So time is what it will take, but nonetheless, I think that it is your time to start moving up. That just doesn't mean that, you know, don't expect anything exciting over the coming weeks or days. And if it is exciting, it'll be just like this, where it's exciting for a moment and then disappointing for the next 2 days. And then you recover, and inevitably you forget that ever happened. But that's waves. Working its way up is probably the best way to define that. WTK. This one, man, I had shout out to the Unleavened Baptist on that note. He's not the one that requested this, but that's a beta move, or MAV. Shout out to the Unleavened Baptist because, well, I don't know if I made a bad call. I'm sticking with my word so far. I don't think I made a bad call. I don't normally, and none of what I say is financial advice anyways, but I don't normally recommend sells, and I did recommend selling up at this area, right? I don't remember when the video was. It might have been this day on the 5th, I want to say. I don't think it was over here. I think it was on the, but I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Let me see. Let's look at it on the weekly. Maybe that'll help. I want to say it was after the week. I don't know, though. Because the weekly RSI was up here. I want to say it was. Because that's Sunday. I doubt it would have been. Sunday was request days. It would have been up here. Okay, so that's whenever I made it. So essentially, probably sometime around here, you know, you would have been up another 14% or 12% or whatever. Maybe if it was at lower prices, you could have been up like 30%. That's, you know, definitely not gains that you like to miss out on. But I wrote in the Discord, you know, you might be feeling like you missed out on an opportunity here, but will you feel better about the about selling here versus here, selling near the top instead of at the top? Will you feel better about it if we move back down to 5 cents, 6 cents, if we move down into like this area here? I think you'd feel better about it because I think, you know, just better areas to buy. I'm getting all caught up, man. I know you don't care. I know hindsight's 20/20, of course it is, but let's look at this thing for what it's worth. High to low here, 1618, 14, 1272. You know, you're in that area where you probably do reject. You just had a little bit extra in you. I very much doubt that you continue to go too much higher. You can see here, right, we've had our high, our higher high, our higher high, and yes, we've had another higher high. It just, to me, I don't know. It looks like it's time to go down. It really does. And each time you've gone down, you've come down to, I mean, this is where you started from, was this low, then you went to this low, then you went down to this low, then you went to this low. I mean, I wonder where your next low could be. You know, even up here, which is below 6 cents, by the way, that's pretty optimistic. It doesn't really make sense, does it? It'll probably take time, as it did here, as it did here, as it did here, you know. But I would bet the rest of the month of May going into June even is probably going to be sad or boring for WTK. But who knows, man. Watch this be the one real time I'm finally getting it wrong, where it just does this, goes straight to the moon. It could be. And that's where it's also important, you guys, if you have moon bags, if you have bags that you want to hold for the whole cycle, don't play games with them, right? Even if me, your favorite YouTuber, says, hey, it might be a good time to sell, because truthfully speaking, if you were to play the game, this is kind of a prime area to sell, honestly. You're at all-time highs in the RSI on a weekly basis. You went pretty high on your daily RSI. The last time you were up this high, you rejected, and the time before. You know, you're at an area where you do reject pretty regularly on the RSI and in the daily. This is a quote that I've said a few times, and I'll say it now. If I'm wrong here, it's not that the TA was bad. It's that the decision was wrong. It's that the decision was bad, and you know that I might have made the wrong decision in saying that it's a good time to sell. I don't know, but I genuinely do think that given time, probably a week from now, maybe 2 weeks from now, I'm really not worried about it. I think that it will come back down, probably even below 5 cents, even below 4 cents, but I would say at least to that 6 to 5 cent area would be where it goes to. So I feel like I've gone over this a little bit too much. It was more of a pity party for myself, for the unleavened Baptist. I know you don't care, man. I know there's no hard feelings, but yes, it would have been probably nicer retrospectively, or what's the word I'm looking for? Hyperspectively. Hindsight. It would have been better in hindsight to sell at these prices versus these prices, but time will tell, man. I mean, if it goes all the way back down here, I mean, you say you sold in this area, that's great. Whether it was the absolute top, whether it was in the middle, which is like where it would have been, or whether it was at the low, whatever, you know, great area to sell. But time will tell. Anyways, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I hope everybody knows that. PLI is the next one. Bit true as well. I wonder, a bead, a move. Are you the unleavened Baptist? Because he likes PLI and WTK as well. Maybe you just have similar tastes. PLI being boring. It had such promise, man, back here. It had such promise, didn't it? Now you have despair. Probably going down to about 2.45 cents, if not down to 1.95 cents. 2.45, 1.95, that's where you're going. That's my genuine opinion. Moving on. Talking about WLD and then finishing this bad boy up with Quant. WLD WorldCoin. Is that all we have? Wow. Okay. Okay. Looking like it wants to move up. It's found its low. Good job. It looks pretty damn comparable to a lot of coins. Yeah, looking like it found its low and it wants to move up. I think so. Where are you going to go? $7, $7.50. You're at $5.87 now. So somewhere around there is my thoughts. Let's look at the 4 hour before we get too conclusive. Oh, maybe not, man. Like, you look good, but I don't know. No, you look fine. I think you look fine. I don't know, man. Let's see how you do today. Let's Darpit's request this one again for tomorrow. Because if you close with this kind of rejection at play here, yeah, you're probably going lower. You look good right now, but I mean, as I live and breathe, man, you're actually dropping. So, in the 4 hour and the 1 hour, they look good, but they look precarious, like they could look bad if today were to close bad. If you close below $5.70, you're at $5.87. If you close below $5.70 today, tomorrow, any day, you're going lower than this low. I think so. I don't think you're going lower than that low, but lower than this low. In which case, you might go below $5 again. Time will tell. Inevitably, I do believe you'll work your way higher. But are you ready to do that now? I'm less convinced than I was at first. Let's check on this tomorrow. Let's check on this tomorrow. It's not a request day tomorrow, but I'll talk about it tomorrow if you request it. QNT. Yeah, QNT is probably going lower. That's a horrible looking daily RSI. You want the short term and the long term, don't you, Dell? Well, short term, I can tell you, looks terrible. Doesn't look good. You've got this on the 4 hour. It is a genuine Adam and Eve setup here. Watch it flop. Watch you work your way up to the green line and then flop. You'll probably move up to about $103. You're at $99.50 right now. Up to 103 and then flop. That's my thoughts on Quant. Where are you going to flop? Where are you going to flop to? $80, $74, $64. Let's start with $80 and work our way down from there. We'll see. That could be your low. The low at $85.13 could be your low. You're at $99.47 now. If that is your low, hold that $87.36 area. If not, we'll see at 80. We'll see at 74, somewhere in between. And you guys, that's all I got. Oh, wait, no. Long term now. Long term. So with Quant, this is kind of another one. What was it? Which one was it? Like BAT, where I really don't know. Quant is another one. I feel like the chart looks obviously different than BAT, but comparable nonetheless. My experience with Quant is that there's a lot of hype. It talks a big game, but it hasn't done anything with itself. It's kind of a sleeper in itself. It has the potential to do well. I'd love to see it do well. I got nothing against this coin at all, but I feel like cycle after cycle, and there's not enough data on here to actually verify what I'm saying, but this has been around for multiple cycles. In which case maybe we need a better chart actually to look that up. I don't know. Is that no. Maybe Kraken, maybe Gemini, maybe Coinbase has more data. Would it be CoinX? Nope. All right. Well, at any rate, I'm pretty sure Quant's been around longer than that. It's just disappointing. So I don't know. It's going to be hard to say what the long-term outlook is, especially because I don't have all the charts data before me. But if I had to guess, if you were to see new all-time highs based off of the TradingView charts that we have here, the targets would be at $814 to $1,840, somewhere and anywhere in between. Let's look at Quant and just see what it looks like on market cap value QNT. Just to show that I'm not crazy. Right? Like that's all the way back in 2018. I thought so. I thought it was even 2017, but maybe it was 2018. 1.45 billion. Let's call it 1.5. We'll round 1.5 billion with a B. That's nasty, man. Yeah, it could see $814. It could see $1,800. Absolutely, it could. Much past. I mean, it could see multiple thousands of dollars. It really could by the end of the cycle. Will it is the question. And I think we'll have our answer depending on how we interact with that $174 area. If we crush it, you're likely going to see $800 to $1,800. But it all depends. So time will tell. I know it's not the answer you're looking for, but it's hard to guess the long term of something like this. It could just as easily be at this same exact area by the end of the bull cycle. It really could. After doing who knows, like this, who knows. But also, when I say just as easily, I mean it could be all the way up here. Who knows? But time will tell. That's the best I got. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Absolutely 0x0. You're the winner today. Good job, Joe Mansis. Good job. Congratulations. Take care, everybody. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.